Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's Margie, and it's been some time since I've done a video where I review a book, so today I'm very excited that I'm finally going to review The Outsider by Stephen King. But also I bought the TV series, the DVD TV series. Yep, HBO. I don't have HBO, so I was at Walmart and I was just looking around looking for another book, and they happened to have this, so I bought it and I watched it in 2 nights. So before I continue, I do want to say that I'm gonna have spoilers, so I'm just gonna talk about what was different from the book to the TV series. So if you didn't read the book and you want to read it, if you didn't watch this series and you want to watch it, or you read the book but not the series, or vice versa, you saw the series but didn't read the book, I'm gonna have spoilers. I'm gonna talk about what's the difference between the two. So if you don't want any spoilers, I would maybe suggest looking at my makeup video or another video of mine. But yes, I'm going to talk about those two today, and I'm just very excited, and just heads up, spoiler alert. So the book, it took me a while to finish it because I work full-time again and I have to commute, so it is taking me longer to finish a book, and then also doing videos and editing. But as far as this one was, to me, because I'm always gonna say it, maybe it's just me saying it, I'm a fan of Stephen King. I will always be a fan of Stephen King unless I find a book of his that I really thought was bad. But so far, not disappointed. But this one right here, this talks about pretty much children getting killed, and the people that are getting blamed for are seeing at other locations, like a person's being in the same or 2 different locations at the same time, while one is committing a murder, the other one is doing their own life, and there's witnesses and there's cameras and stuff. There was a lot of twists in the book that I was not prepared for. Like, I thought I would be like, oh, I think I know where this is going. I didn't know where it was going. It is pretty sad, and if you don't like stories about children getting killed, I wouldn't recommend it. It does talk about it within detail, and it is kind of detailed to where you can kind of see it, and you can picture it being very graphic. So if you're not into that, I wouldn't recommend it, but it does talk about children getting murdered. What is crazy is how they're trying to solve. First, they think they got everything solved. One gentleman named Terry gets blamed for it, but then they see videos of him at a different place, and which makes it really confusing, because the boy that got killed, there's all his DNA, his fingerprints, eyewitnesses place him at the time and place of the murder, but then there's video of him being in a whole different city at the same time that this boy is getting killed. So that's where it starts off, and then it goes twist after twist after twist, and it's just insane. The way it ended, I was not expecting it. Like, you start thinking you know where it's going to be. Oh, maybe it's a different dimension. Maybe it's a different guy who just likes to put people's face on or something, or he has a twin and he didn't know about. But it's none of that. Absolutely none of that. I'm gonna try my best not to fully spoil it, but I can't guarantee it because I saw the series and they changed a lot of things. this book I really do recommend. It is so good. I like it. It keeps you on your edge and you're just like, this doesn't make sense. But then, like, what's gonna happen now? So it is a lot of violence. And as far as the series, the first two, not chapters because it's not going by chapters, but like the first two, I don't know what to call it, maybe sections. I don't know, I can't think of the word, but so it makes sense of why they made it into a TV series, because you get chapters, but you start off with one block of scenario and then it moves on to the next one, then you have chapters. So it's not really chapters. I can't think of the word right now. But if somebody knows what I'm talking about, please comment down below, because I don't know how to describe it, and if I confused you, my bad. So it makes sense why they made it into a series, because it's a lengthy book, but you can picture it as a series. However, the two parts of when they first interview witnesses and get DNA tests, and then they arrest Terry, and then Terry goes to court, those two sections, I feel, on the series, they rushed it too fast. Like, they could have maybe done 2 seasons with this one book, because they rushed, unless their goal was just to make it into a one-time thing. But they could have made it into 2 seasons, because I felt like the first 2 sections were very rushed. Everything just went bam, 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 to Terry getting arrested, to him going to court, then him, spoiler, getting killed. So I felt like that was changed. I did notice some other changes also. They pretty much removed some characters, but added characters to the series. It wasn't bad. It wasn't, of course, no one's gonna expect a book to be to the T in a movie or a series. No, but there was a lot of changes, and they did add a lot, which I felt like if they didn't rush the 2 parts, they wouldn't have to add so much, but maybe that's what they wanted to do. But they added so much more to the story that it actually made it, for me, very interesting. I couldn't stop watching it. I kept watching it, and if I missed something, I would rewind it, like, wait. I will say that on one of the characters in the book is one of the detectives' son. He was one of the characters that got removed, and then they just added other characters on there. Same thing with one of the characters. They removed 2 characters and added like 4. So and they also, one of the detectives, they also changed her, should I say the names? They also changed how she got there and how she was part of the story, but it was like in a good way. And the only thing I can describe her in the movie is, if anybody's seen The Big Bang Theory, like, she reminds me of Sheldon Cooper. Like, that's how they made her on the TV series, which was great. I liked it. I mean, she was very good. Her name is Holly in the book, and they really changed her. She's not the same as in the book, but I felt like that was a good choice. Like, at least to me, it was. I like both. I like to see in a different perspective, from writing to how they make changes, because like I said, at least my experience, I've never seen a book where when it gets into a movie or a series that it's to the T. It wasn't, but it wasn't bad either. It was very exciting. Again, if you're not into seeing kids getting hurt, they show the scene of the boy getting killed, like everything, and it was pretty graphic. So if you're not into that gore and graphic, don't watch it, because I didn't think they were going to show it. I was like, there's no way they can show it. It's a child. No, they did show this child murdered. Like, the neck was missing, like part of his body was missing, blood everywhere. Like, it was gory. I don't know why I thought they wouldn't really show that part, but that's how HBO is. They when it's something, it's gory, they will show the gore, especially if it's Stephen King. They're gonna show it. I just didn't think they would, because it's based on a child getting killed, and it's not the first time we talk about a child getting killed. So just a little heads up. How would I rate this? It's kind of hard for me to give a good rating to Stephen King, because I'm a fan, and I don't know how serious you guys will take it. If it's something that's not a different author, maybe I will give it a rate. But if me being a fan, I don't know if that changes it. But I really liked it. I loved it. And even the series, even though the series had a lot of changes, I still liked it. It still, for me, was how they did it was still good. It was still, a lot of it had to do with the book. They added and they changed a few things, but I still liked it. I don't know, maybe I won't rate Stephen King books because I'm too much of a fan, if that sounds right. And if I do ever find one that I don't like, I'll tell you guys. If I tell you, I'll tell you guys, I know this isn't worth it. But so far, to me, this one is worth it. And I didn't, also another thing, I didn't time myself on this one, because a lot of times I would forget to time myself, and then I would be too far out. So I don't know I couldn't place it how long exactly it took me to read it. If I could do YouTube as full time, I would definitely time myself and tell you guys how long it would take me to read a book, but unfortunately I can't. So I do recommend to read it. And then watch the series if you have HBO, or buy it. I found it at Walmart, and I think it was like $18. So not bad. And yeah. So the next book that I started reading, is this one. It's another Stephen King. This one he wrote with his son Owen King, and it's called Sleeping Beauties. Like I said, I literally just started. This is how far out I am. I literally just started. Only a few pages. Like, not even, this doesn't even count, because it's not even part of the story. But I just started it, and hopefully I can finish it in a couple weeks. Depends on how my work is. Keep going. If you guys have any questions or suggestions or anything else, feel free to comment down below. The only comments I won't have on there, they're negative in a sense of people being rude, there's one thing being to try to get criticism and get from that, but then there's also, I see a lot of people on social media, not on my page, thank God, not on my page, but I've seen other people be extremely mean. So those are about the only comments that I'm gonna be like, ew, bye. But any suggestions, anything else, any questions, don't forget to comment down below. And if you guys are interested in this look, or know anybody that maybe, I will also have that video. And other than that, next time I'll be done with the Sleeping Beauties and give my final thoughts on that. As far as for The Outsider, I recommend. If you're into that gory horror, like mystery, detective stuff, this is it. Alright? And hopefully I didn't spoil too much, so that way you guys can see the series too, because this series is pretty good. So yes, hope to see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Really liked how they did that, of how they forgot my last sentence. But yes, I'm gonna have spoilers. Just a heads up. Why did I make that face? Why did I make that face? Happy to say that I'm finally going to be able. I stutter. Take 1,000. DVD now. Ooh. Very excited to say that I don't know what I'm saying. Everything itches now. Oh, God. Alright. Well, it's Margie. I wanted to. What did I want to do?